G'day everyone, the team at Deeper have released a new model fish finder. This is the Deeper Chirp Plus 2. They've sent me one to show you guys. Hey you! You're watching Robbie Fishing. Right, Chirp Plus 2. Chirp Plus 2 what? Or is it Chirp Plus Part 2? It's Chirp Plus Part 2. This is an upgrade to the Chirp Plus. Now, a bit of a disclaimer, if you've just recently gone out and purchased the Deeper Chirp Plus, don't stress because there's not a huge amount of upgrades to the Chirp Plus 2. On the most part, it's very similar. There is one big upgrade, but I'll get into that shortly. Now, first off, when you purchase a Deeper Chirp Plus 2 fish finder, it comes standard with a night fishing cover. Inside the Deeper unit, and I'll show you shortly, there's a little light. And we can't see that light. But once we put the Deeper into night mode, that light will flash and it'll light up this whole yellow cap, this whole orange cap, sorry, and that cap sits on top, allowing us to see the fish finder at night. These are available for all model Deepers, but they come standard with the Chirp Plus 2. Something else that comes with the Chirp Plus 2 is that it comes with 3 months subscription to Lakebook Premium. For those of you that don't know what Lakebook is, when you've got a Deeper Smart Fish Finder, all your scans, every time you scan a bit of water, and I'm going to go and scan this little waterway behind me shortly, it gets backed up to a cloud called Deeper Lakebook, where only you can access. It's not a public spot. You can access it. I can log onto Deeper Lakebook and I can see all of the places that I've scanned. If I'm looking for somewhere to go fishing and I think, where should I go fishing this weekend? I'll jump on Deeper Lakebook and have a look at where I've had all my previous scans, and it'll just give me a few ideas where to go. Now, this, the Deeper Chirp Plus 2 comes with 3 months subscription to Lakebook Premium. Lakebook Premium comes with over 50,000 pre-scanned maps or bathymetric maps of waterways. A bathymetric map is like a contour map under the water, so you can see where the drop-offs and the deep spots and stuff are. We can create our own bathymetric maps. I'm going to create a bathymetric map in this waterway shortly. But Lakebook Premium comes with over 50,000 preset bathymetric maps. But don't get too excited. I'm really sorry, Deeper. I hope you don't get upset with me for saying this, but I was actually a bit disappointed with Lakebook Premium, and I'll tell you why. 50,000 preloaded bathymetric maps, not one of them in the Wangaratta area. None of the big lakes around here have been scanned. Allen's Flat Waterhole has got a bathymetric map. Tom Thumb Lake in Bendigo has. There's a part of the Edward River up at Deniliquin that's been pre-scanned and there's a bathymetric map. But most of the waterways in my area aren't included. There seems to be a lot of smaller waterways and smaller ponds in the bigger cities that are part of those 50,000 maps. So if you're looking at buying it, if you're looking at getting the Deeper Lakebook Premium, out here in the country, there's a fair chance you're going to be disappointed. In the city, there's a higher chance that your local waterways have been scanned. But anyway, if you buy the Deeper Chirp Plus 2, you get free access to that for 3 months. And if you don't like it, you can stop it. Or if you're enjoying it, you can keep it. Now, let's get on to the upgrade. What has been upgraded? Well, the colour. It doesn't look so much like a hand grenade anymore. There's the unit there. It doesn't look so much like a hand grenade, it's changed colour. I haven't looked at the tech specs, but just holding it, it doesn't feel physically any different. I have had a bit of a play with this. It doesn't perform or cast. Nothing is different about the operational fact. The big upgrade has been to the battery life. The Deeper Chirp Plus, the green, the hand grenade that I use, that has a battery life of up to 6.5 hours. The Deeper Chirp Plus 2 has a whopping 15-hour battery life, or up to 15 hours of battery life. So if you're someone that fishes in a boat and you just want something that's going to last all day, or if you want to fish a pond like this one behind me here, and you just want to cast your line out and cast the Deeper out and leave it there while you're fishing and just watch for fish swimming past, you might want that longer battery life. But if you're someone like me that carries it in my backpack until I get to a spot that I haven't fished before and I want to check it out, then you might find that 15 hours, 6.5 hours, it doesn't really matter. I've never ran the battery flat on one trip, but I know that some people do. I know some people use them in their boats. They hook them up to their phone or their device in their boats, and they'll use them all day long. And if you're one of those people, you will probably like the new improvement to the battery size. But as for all of the other performance of the Deeper Chirp Plus 2, it's much the same as the Deeper Chirp Plus. And I'll put a link in the video above now so that you can see that. Now, I've told you about it. I've told you the pros and cons. I've told you what it comes with. Let's go and have a bit of a play in this lagoon. I put some yabby nets in this lagoon back in January, and I caught a few big black yabbies, but I saw a big swirl out there in the middle of the swamp, and I reckon there might have been a carp. I've been meaning to come back and go fishing here, but I haven't done it yet. I might even wet a line after I film this video, although the weather's not real good today. It's cold and damp. But anyway, let's go and scan this mystery water and see how it looks under the watchful eye of the Deeper Chirp Plus 2. Right, now I've switched to my GoPro. Here's the lagoon. I've come around to the side of the lagoon here so that I can access more of the lagoon from one spot rather than just casting from the end. Now, I filmed a yabbying video from right here in this spot back in January. You haven't seen that video yet, but you will. I've included it in my From the Vault series, which I'll be releasing during winter. But one day while I was here, there was a big swirl in the water. There was quite a bit of like algae on the water, and there was a big swirl out there in the middle, which I suspect may have been a big carp, which makes me think it must be a little bit deeper than it looks. Let's chuck on the deeper and find out. Right, now there's the deeper unit. There's the charging port, and that little smile there, that's the light. That's where the light is for the nightcap. Now, this rubber, that's the seal, and that bit there, they're all the waterproofing. It's important, it says proof and water. It's important to line them up so that they are, so that when you're using it, it's waterproof. It's quite firm, quite tight, but there you go, waterproof, ready to go. Now I'm going to connect it to my fishing line. In the instructions it shows to tie a knot, but I would not do that personally. I would be always using a line clip. I use a line clip, and I'll tell you why. This is a mustard fast tash line clip, and the reason I use that, I'm not sure, that's a flattened steel, and I just don't know how that would go with fishing line, whether it would break through it or not. I've got a lot more trust in that line clip than I have the flattened steel. Right, let's get started. Rightio, so now there's the home screen. I want to go to, we've got standard scan, ice fishing scan, boat scan, onshore scan. A standard scan will allow me to just scan the lake, but it won't make a map. Onshore will split the screen and allow me to create a bathymetric map. So basically standard screen is just that. There's the onshore gives me, allows me to split the screen like that so I can view the bathymetric map on the left and the scan on the right. Now, it's right there in front of me. It's in about 30 centimetres of water. Let's cast it out. Oh, what have we got out there? I reckon 1.2 metres. Oh, deeper. Whoa, 2.1. 2.1 metres. Any wonder there was a fish in here. It's 2 metres deep. There's a few things showing up just under the sounder now. I wonder if that is, I'm going to go into my sensitivity. I've got my sensitivity down quite low. These cockatoos, I wish I had a shotgun right now. Not to shoot the bird, but to scare them away. Oh! Boom, 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 boom. The noisy bloody things. Right. Now, I've got my beam angle on narrow, which is good for quite shallow water like this. It's deep for the lagoon, but on the whole 2 metres isn't deep water. I've got it in raw. I can put it in basic, but all that does is just pretty much removes all the little spots and everything and just turns it into just a depth sounder that shows fish icons pretty much. So I'll go back into raw. Right, let's start reeling in. 2.2 metres. 2.3. Oh, I might just turn my sensitivity up a little bit. I don't want it too high. If you have it too high, every little air bubble and air pocket will get picked up. It's so sensitive, this thing. So I'll turn it down to around about 20%, I reckon. It's 15. Let's see how that goes. 15% sensitivity is still well and truly enough to find a fish or any structure that might be down there. 2.2 metres. Wow. 2.3 metres. How's my bathymetric map looking? Can't see it. Oh, that's why. Got to get rid of that. They're showing a fish just under the sounder there then. There you go, it's showing a fish right there. That might be a fish, it might be a snag, who knows. I've got fish alarms on. I might turn them off if I need to. I can turn the fish icons on and off. 2.3 metres. And it's dropped half a metre since I was yabbying here back in January. $1.2. Now down to 2.2. 2.3. Bit of stuff on the bottom there. I don't know what it is. 2.3 metres. 2.4 metres. Never realised this little lagoon was so deep. 2.5 metres. Yeah, something under the surface there now, look at that. There must be a fair bit of structure under there. Now there's some big snag right out almost completely in the centre of the swamp. Look at that, we've got a lot of structure showing up here. There's heaps of things showing up there. It could just be the end of that tree that you can see falling down there. What I'm going to do, I'm going to turn the fish alarms off. Show fish icons. No, I've turned them off. Look at that big long line there. I reckon that's that tree because it's pretty much right over the top of that tree. I'm not a big fan of showing fish icons on any fish finder. I just think, I don't know how accurate they are. I've seen some of the live scans, the modern ones that they have, and they do show the fish. You can actually see the fish swimming. But those things are worth thousands and thousands of dollars. These are like $400 or $500 units. Not nearly as expensive. What about over here in the shallows? Or is it shallow? We'll find out. Because I didn't because I didn't close the app, the scan will resume and it'll add to the same bathymetric map. .2 along there, so not as deep. Now that's okay, especially if you're fishing in winter. That'd probably be the spot to fish actually. The problem is, there's a bit of structure or something showing up down there about a metre. There could be a fish sitting down there. Or it could be a branch that's fallen off that tree, you wouldn't know. Well folks, there you go, the Deeper Chirp Plus 2. Deeper Chirp Plus Part 2. It is an upgrade to the Deeper Chirp Plus. Functionality and performance wise, everything remains pretty much the same. The main upgrade is to the battery life. It gets double the battery life of the Deeper Chirp Plus, which might be suited to people fishing from a boat or camping and away from any charging device for a period of time. So it's got the improved battery life, and you get the free night cover and access to Lakebook Premium. Righto folks, I hope you've enjoyed this video and I hope you've enjoyed my review of the Deeper Chirp Plus 2. If you have, why not give the video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video.